Alright, welcome back to Flight Sim 2020 and welcome to today's video where we are in the Cowansim Airbus H125. This is a helicopter that I haven't flown for quite a while and I'm keen to get back into it. Now, I don't know what's happened, if there have been updates to the helicopters themselves or the flight model in Flight Sim has changed, but I've took it out for a test drive earlier today and found that it felt way better to fly than I could remember the last time I've flown it. So that's very, very cool. And so that's why I'm keen to get in this and do a video. So we've got quite a simple flight today. It's probably not going to be too long. We're on the ground here at Graaf Reinet in South Africa at the airport. And as you can see, it's pretty windy and the weather is building in the background. So currently at the moment, all over the coast of South Africa, the kind of southern coast and into the east as well, there's really bad weather, lots of rain, lots of wind, there's floods and stuff like that. It doesn't seem to have quite hit here yet. It might still, as we can see the weather behind us building, and that's the direction the weather's coming from the coast side. And we have a couple that has gone camping on one of the nearby mountains. And as you can see, it's kind of late afternoon, the sun is starting to set, and they've decided that it's not worth staying out there through the night, and the only way to get them off the mountain is by helicopter. So we're going to go and pick them and their gear up and get them back to safety before the rain hits during the night and all of that. So they've decided it's not going to be a good idea to be out there. So that's the plan for today. It's really short. It's probably less than a 10-minute flight out to the mountain. Then we just got to pack up their gear, load it up. So we're nice and light going out, but we're going to be pretty heavy coming back. So let's jump aboard. This aircraft is nice and easy to get running. There's basically just one switch for the engine. But if we come down here, we need first battery. Okay, we'll have that reset. That's cool. I'm not actually too worried about any of this other stuff anyway, because I'm not really going to use it. And that's basically it. Battery on. We'll turn on the anti-collision lights, and let's just do taxi and landing lights as well, just to make ourselves nice and visible. That needs to be idle, and these should all be off. Then we just come up here and go engine switch on. What's worrying is the wind is blowing our blades in the wrong direction. There we go. Okay, that's coming up nicely. Right, so now we can switch on the generator and the avionics. We'll turn on the pitot heat, or otherwise it'll complain. And we can leave that. The rest of this stays as is. And now sometimes this doesn't come on. Yeah, I thought so. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Because normally you just click this and it switches on. If you do like an auto start, it comes on though. So that's why I feel like maybe I'm pressing the wrong thing. But none of these seem to switch it on, which is strange. Okay, we'll just ignore that. None of these do anything. What we do need to do is slowly bring this up. To the flight position. Okay, and then now that that's up, we can switch the horn on. We don't actually need any of the GPS stuff. I'm just going to navigate visually because it's pretty straightforward and it's pretty close. We just pick up the highway and we'll see the mountain as we go along. I have been there before because we dropped them off, so I know what it looks like. It is out that way, basically where the sun is setting. But you'll see as we fly out, we'll just pick up the main highway and we just follow that until we get to the correct mountain. The wind is coming from directly in front of us. As far as I remember, when I looked at the windsock, it's a little bit to our right now, but we're just gonna lift off here and then head out to our left-hand side. Okay, here we go. Okay, that feels so much smoother than it used to. Okay, we're really light today. It actually lifted off a lot quicker than I expected, because we've got just me on board, plus our, you can't see it, the basket out on the left-hand side. But that's going to be full of camping gear when we head back. Okay, here's the dam just off of our left-hand side, and just other side that we'll pick up that highway, and we can stick with that pretty much all the way. I feel so much more in control of this helicopter. It's fantastic. Okay, we should see the highway now, basically from our left to right. Okay, and we just follow this out into the mountains. Also very cool that they shipped this aircraft with so many liveries, and two of those actually have South African registration. So this is ZS Hotel X-Ray Bravo. I don't know if that's a real registration. It might be. I've never actually looked, but it's cool that we can at least fly an aircraft out of the box with a ZS registration. Yeah, wind feeling pretty strong. Can't actually see the mountain that we're going to just yet, but this one here in the distance, our one is actually just behind these mountains, and they're on the far eastern side. At least that's where I dropped them off last time, a couple of days ago. They were meant to stay a few more days, but the weather that's coming in, I think they've made the right decision to come home a bit early. Camping in the rain is not fun. Camping in floods is even worse. And camping on top of a mountain when the wind is gusting 40 knots, not gonna be enjoyable. You can feel the wind. I'm actually struggling. Okay. Oh, actually that is the mountain. They're right on, well, that peak is where I dropped them off. I thought we were looking at this one, but no, it's that one there, on that beautiful part of South Africa, beautiful sunset. Okay, if the wind is the same, it's going to be coming slightly from the right. So we're going to approach from the left-hand side of that peak. And we'll see. I did set up a windsock on that peak when we dropped them off to help us when we came back to pick them up. So we'll check that out when we get closer. But I suspect the wind will be coming from slightly off to our right hand side, basically over there. I think the wind is coming from that direction because we're constantly being pushed to the left. I don't know if we can get a META for that airport. No, it doesn't have one. But at George earlier, we were gusting up to 40 knots. It looks like smoke. Possible they have a fire going, but it's helping us with the wind. There is the windsock as well, which doesn't really match the direction of the smoke. That's hilarious. Right, there's their little campsite. As we get closer to the windsock, it seems to be correcting itself to line up with the smoke, which is interesting. Right, I think we'll just put it down here and keep our nose into the wind. We are going to be heavy when we set off here. Right, we will shut it down so horn can come off. We'll switch off the avionics and the generator. That can come down to idle, and then we'll simply switch off the engine. Right, because we're going to take a bit of time to pack up the kit. and load it into the aircraft. There's the little camp. I think I'll keep that on so that we don't have the blade spinning the whole time in the wind. We're a little bit leaning to the left, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, 11-minute flight. What do I press to reset? Enter doesn't do anything. Exit. There's no exit button. Oh, that's actually changing the brightness though. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right, so we just got to get all this stuff collected up and then load it into the aircraft. And then we will be out of here. So I will be with you in just a bit. Okay, there we go, all packed up. As you can see, it's pretty much dark now. There's a little bit of light still on this side, but it took about half an hour to pack everything into the helicopter. Everyone is on board, all the stuff is on board, and we're at about 90% weight capacity here. It is actually storming IRL, so that if you're hearing the thunder in the background, that's why. But yeah, so we're about 90% weight, where we were about probably 30% getting in here. So batteries on, lights are on, we're ready to fire up and get out of here. So let's come up here quickly, turn some of these lights on. What does that actually do? Oh, it's just gives us a bit, so that's cool. Right, that's fine. We just need to make sure that's on, that's off, on, off, off, and idle, and then we just go engine start. Okay, RPM's coming up. Right, let's get the generator on. Let's get the avionics on. Slowly bring this up. What this controls. Temperature must be. Oh, that's the airflow, I think. Okay, this still doesn't work. Don't really need any of this. Pitot on. Horn can come on now. And then taxi lights and landing lights. Okay. Gotta be careful now, because we're heavy and the wind is still pretty gusty. Okay, looking clear. And we're heading off in that direction. Alright, just balance the helicopter out a little bit because we are on a slope. There we go. Okay, everything in the green. All looks good. Let's get out of here. sure why our engine gauge is bouncing around like that. It's a bit weird. Wasn't doing that before. Could it be the gusty wind? These lights are actually annoying. Back down the same highway and into the airport. Clouds actually look a bit clearer out there. Wish we can see the stars and everything. Maybe they would have been fine, maybe not. Doesn't matter, we're on our way home now in any case. That landing line off because it's annoying me. Leave the taxi light on, I guess, and turn the landing light back on once we get closer to the airport. There's the dam over there. We can see the town, which is the other side, which means the airport is just over here. If we really want to check, we can do this. So we're swinging to the right. Oh, is that runway lights on the grass strip? Interesting. Is it actually runway lights though? Looks like it. Or is it just a road other side the airport? the road. This airport is very dark. Just make out the grass strip over here. So if we follow that, that'll be fine, but we need to slow down a lot. What is on the apron where we're supposed to land? Some sort of vehicle. That's fine. If he drives up, he'll be going away from us. And I think we're good. Okay, the horn should go off now. Follow RPM. There we go. We can switch that off. We can switch off the avionics. We can switch off the generator and the pitot heat and the fuel pump. We don't need anymore. Get this guy set to off. And it is now properly nighttime. If I turn off the landing and taxi lights, which is probably the next thing we're gonna do, you can see nothing outside. Okay. Prop brake. Prop brake? Rotor brake. Okay, we can switch that off now, and I guess in reality we'd do the tie downs to stop that from moving. Anti-collision light can come off. Does that switch off the nav lights? It should. Yeah, so nav and strobes all on that anti-collision. That's fine, and then the last thing is just the battery, and now all we have is our torch. Right, there's just a silhouette of an H125. But there we go. Nice, successful kind of half-hour mission to go collect some passengers from their campsite on top of a mountain in the H125. I'm super stoked that this feels so much better to fly. I don't know what has changed, but that is great news. We can get into flying the H125. I need to test out the 222 and the MD500E as well. And then we can start getting them back in the NeoFly series and stuff, if they are this much better in terms of handling. But anyway, that's going to bring us to the end of today's short video. If you made it all the way to this point, as always, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, you know what to do down below, and I'll see you in the next one.